Welcome to Arise Entertainment 360. I'm Shannon Lanier.
And I'm Katira King, live from New York. We're here with your 360 look at entertainment, arts, and culture.
And we've got an exciting show today, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Chrissy Teigen is fast becoming social media gold. One of her followers asked her what she did with the food on the floor from her cooking adventures, and she replied, "Oh, I ate it. I don't care."
Well, there is technically a 5-second rule where you can pick it up and eat it before it's nasty. But, but since the cravings are, they regularly post pictures of her creating cuisines, and she always tweets about them. Well, the tweets aren't really anything out of the ordinary, but they are certainly got the attention of one Twitter user who wrote this, quote, "All you do is eat, sleep, poop, and spend other people's money," which I thought that was a bad thing at first, but they said, "My perfect partner."
Yes.
And of course, they paired it with a laughing face emoji, so I guess
Very
they
cute.
like that she
Of
eats,
course.
poops, and sleeps.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if Chrissy Teigen necessarily liked it, but they thought it was funny.
I mean, she is
So-
famed for eating food and looking gorgeous, so
She
hey.
is, and she always claps back and said, my money.
Right?
So that's the only thing I guess she didn't agree with is her own money, because she is rich in her own right.
Yes,
so
she
good for her.
is. Yes, indeedy. Now let's move on to Toni Braxton.
Yes.
In celebration of her 25 years in the music industry, Toni Braxton has announced an official return to music with her first solo album in 8 years.
I'm very excited about this. I love Toni Braxton, and the album will be called Sex and Cigarettes. Oh, that's spicy, isn't it?
Indeed.
Well, it's going to be out March 23rd, and to kick it off, the 7-time Grammy Award-winning recording artist has just released a new single, Long As I Live.
Interesting. I can't wait to hear her new song and album in totality. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, and it's good that she's back doing her own thing, because I know the last one she did with Babyface, and they went through a bunch of hits, which was amazing, but it's good to see her back on her own.
Absolutely.
Maybe she'll do another residency in LA, or Vegas.
Ooh, looking forward to that if it happens.
Right.
Now, on to the subject of the moment, Black Panther. From Harlem in the USA to Peckham in the UK, the Black Panther Challenge has blossomed into a worldwide celebration of race, identity, and empowerment.
I love this story. They're giving back, and Black Panther is proving to be more than just a hashtag or a movie. And basically, the film is it's considered culture significant for Black communities around the world, not just here in the U.S. So, high in fact, that it has inspired Frederick Joseph, a marketing consultant, he's an activist also, and he's put out this new hashtag and this Group Me campaign, and it's called Help Children See Black Panther.
Yes.
So basically they're trying to get kids all over the world to see this movie, because it's so inspiring to see people who look like them on the big screen and say, you can be stars too.
Changing the world
movie.
through entertainment.
I love that. Change the world through entertainment. Hashtag that too while you're at it.
Yes, indeed. And one of the stars of the movie, Lupita Nyong'o, recently sat down with Allure magazine's Culture of Hair issue and spoke about her take on the culture of fame.
Yeah, and she said, what fame does is create an illusion of familiarity that is cast into the world. So it's about negotiating that illusion, because basically oftentimes people encounter, they think they know you, and they think that they're best friends with you.
Absolutely.
And she's like, but I don't know you, so it's a little weird to find the footing on how to navigate that relationship. And I've actually done that to people and had it done to me where people are like, oh, hey, oh my God, I see.
And you're like, who are you?
Yeah, like they see you on TV, so they think they know you, and they're like, oh yeah, wait a minute.
No, not really.
But
Yeah.
I usually just go along with it, like, hey, it's so good to see you.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know you.
I'm embarrassed because I could very well know them and still just not remember because my memory's bad. So I just go along with it, like, hey, you.
Hey, darling, how are you?
Exactly.
So let's move on to social media. And last week, Snapchat actually rolled out its biggest redesign since the app launched in 2011. But a lot of users are confused with the update, and they're angry with the changes because they say that it's not user-friendly. A fake tweet even went out claiming that Snapchat would go back to its old design if it got enough retweets. And by Sunday afternoon, there were 1.3 million retweets, becoming the 6th most retweeted tweet of all time.
Wow, I was one of them. And ironically, Snap was just trying to make the app a little bit more user-friendly, but it did not work. People did not like that new design. And since the updated version began, many have complained that the new interface is cluttered. It makes it more difficult to share messages with their friends, and so they just didn't like it.
Yes, and now there will be no more sliding in those DMs, fellas. More than 600,000 people have signed a change.org petition calling for Snap to remove the new Snapchat update.
All right, Snapchat, you better snap into shape before Instagram and Facebook start to steal all your followers. 'Cause you know
Speaking of Instagram,
they always stealing something.
Now, speaking of sliding in the DMs, Instagram is currently testing a new feature that will make it harder to creep. The new feature will notify users when someone takes a screenshot of their story.
Oh, I don't know if I like that. Oh, no. So, okay, get this. So, after you screenshot a story, Instagram will then notify you that the person will be notified that to post their story. So,
That
I know
sounds confusing.
I know it sounds real confusing. Well, basically, you take a screenshot, they're going to know you took a screenshot.
Right, so you
of their
can't
message.
stalk any longer.
I know. Or try to steal somebody's post and repost it as yours.
Well, I mean, who does that from a story?
Yeah, oh, well, that's true. Then why do people want to screenshot their stories? I guess.
Because they want to be able to go and gossip about you.
Oh, that makes sense.
Now,
nosy.
Instagram said in a statement, we're always testing ways to improve the experience on Instagram and make it easier to share any moment with the people who matter to you. Hey.
I guess. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm still going to use it. You can know that I'm snapping
Right?
you and creeping. I want you to know. Maybe that's what it is now. I want you to know. I'm watching. I see you.
That's very creepy.
Okay.
Even creepier than the stalking
I see-
update that Snapchat has implemented.
I know, right?
Okay.
No, just too much. Just use social media responsibly. I feel like we're doing like a drinking commercial.
Right? Drink,
Use
don't
it
drink and
responsibly. I
drive.
know.
Don't drink and tweet, guys.
Or swipe and steal. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, well, we got a lot more stuff coming at you. We have some great guests today, so you don't want to miss a moment of Arise Entertainment 360. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Arise Entertainment 360. Now, our first guest is a hilarious comedian with several personalities living in his head.
As a celebrity impersonator, actor, and comedian, he is the perfect cast member on BET's sketch comedy show 50 Central. Vince Swann, welcome to Arise 360.
Thank you for having me. I'm really, really happy to be here.
We're happy to have you here.
Ecstatic to be here right now.
I want to laugh.
Yeah.
You have to cheer me up.
I'm gonna make you laugh just right now by just doing Eddie Murphy for you.
Do
Just
it.
one time, okay? Let me just go ahead and do the laugh for y'all. Clap it up for me. Clap it up
That's
for
so
Ed.
good.
Thank you.
Okay, you gotta do some more.
do
Do
some
some
more,
more,
man.
Good,
All
we'll
right.
try to guess who you're
Okay,
doing. Don't
okay,
tell us. You do it and we'll
let's
guess.
see who I'm doing right now, baby. I think
Dave
you see
Chappelle.
myself. There you go, son. Oh, high five, baby. Wu-Tang. All right, let's see.
No, I'm not American. You need to give me extra time to guess.
Okay, first of all, you should know who I'm doing, okay? Oh my gosh, listen, look, swear to God, you have to know. You just have to know. That's right, yes! Give it up for yourselves, people. Yes.
All right, now you have to know what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Yeah, from the point to the eyes blinking, everything.
I mean, yeah, the eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
I know all these things. You do them so well, you sound just like
That
them.
is
Thank you, thank you.
amazing. How?
I've been doing this since I was like 8 years old. Like literally, like I remember my mom introduced me to Eddie Murphy's Nutty Professor.
Uh-oh.
And I was 8 years old, and I was just so like thrilled. Like I was just really excited to see him do like all of them voices. Because when she told me that he was doing all those voices, I was like, that's Ed doing all these people. I was like, wow, I gotta do that. So when I started to get a little bit older, I started to practice them, and then I would also go to when I ended up in high school, I would actually do Chappelle jokes as Chappelle.
That's great.
I was that kid in school. So I was the kid in school that
Always
had
getting in
everybody
trouble?
always getting in trouble.
Right.
Had everybody in a circle, and I would tell Chappelle jokes from his TV show. I would do Eddie Murphy, Kevin Hart. So that's how it kind of all started.
Oh,
How
my
long would you say it takes you to perfect a voice?
Oh, man, it you know, my process is weird. Like if I'm really into the actor that I'm watching at the time, I just watch him over and over again, and then it just gradually happens. And then after I start to hear similarities between my voice and theirs, that's when I start to fine tune and do the mannerisms and everything.
What goes into sounding like a carbon copy of somebody else? Because that's an extraordinary talent. That's nothing I've heard of before. I mean, unless it's schizophrenia, where you're hearing voices in your head, which you do not have.
Quite normal.
Right. What goes into this? This is I'm spellbound right now.
Honestly, I don't know. It really is just a gift. You know, I really don't know. Like I said, I've been doing it since I was a kid, and just by playing around in the house and playing around with my friends in school. So it's it's just something I'm able to do.
Do you have any clue how many personalities you can mimic?
Okay.
Many? Look.
Why don't you say characters? When
I
you
know
say
characters.
personalities, it does sound
Yeah,
another
Americans gonna
characters.
think I'm over here looking crazy. and everything.
Exactly.
What's wrong with this boy?
I know, right? How many characters can you impersonate?
And characters, well, I can do Eddie Murphy's grandmother character from Nutty Professor, baby. I can do her. I can do Sherman
Right.
Clump. Let's see who. Elmo! I can do Elmo's world.
Oh, wow.
For all the boys and girls out there, it's Elmo.
That is great. You can make a killing off being a voiceover artist.
If the guy that's playing Elmo don't want to work no more, listen to Sesame Street. Call your boy. All right, I'm here for you.
You did a video about 4 years ago where you impersonated 39 different characters in 8 minutes.
Yes.
How? Number one.
Right.
Number two, have you since then been able to do more in the same amount of time?
I'm actually working on more now. Like, I'm working on a 50 Cent. I'm working on a Charlemagne the God, because I'm a huge fan of his. I'm also working on a Cat Williams. We're really working on a Cat
I'm not going to lie, I thought one of those ones earlier was Cat Williams.
Yes,
You probably done Kevin Hart.
They vary. They're very similar. They're very, very similar. Yeah, but the 39 impersonations of characters, that was just built up from, like I said, since I was like 8 years old, just playing around the house and just
That's
doing
amazing.
Yeah.
And you mentioned 50 Cent earlier. Now
Yes.
he's an executive producer on this show, and we can
is.
see him here with you.
on
What
the
is it
wonderful
like
screen.
working with him?
Working with 50 Cent is a thrill. The man is not only funny and charismatic, but he's really like a genius. Just sitting there and talking to him, it's like the things that he says and how he strategizes his business and what he wants to accomplish with the show. I'm just like in awe with everything, and I hope to even work with him more in the future. I mean, you know.
Well, I think that's going to happen because the show's taking off. It's just got greenlit for a second season.
Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yes, yes.
But for those who don't know about the sketch comedy show, tell us a little bit more about it and how you became a part of it.
Well, the sketch, so if you think of In Living Color, Chappelle Show, it's a new age of that. We have music videos on the show, Man on the Street. We also have a segment where we have stand-ups come and kind of give, you know, their style of comedy, kind of like how Def Jam gave Chris Tucker and Bernie Mac a shot. So Fifth definitely wants to do that with the show. And how I came about doing the show, I actually sent an audition tape into BET. My manager called me and said, look, they got a show called 50 Central, and it's a sketch comedy show. It's right up your alley. They want to see an audition tape. I was like, all right, cool, let me do this. I do impersonations, So I did my impersonation, sent it in. I didn't hear back for like 2 weeks. I'm like, it's probably not happening. Like, I'll just go back to the internet and do my thing. And then I ended up getting a call, and they wanted to fly me out to do an in-person audition. I was like, okay, there's hope. So I went out and did the in-person audition, and that's where I met my castmates now, Watch Jazzy, Jasmine Brown, and Kia Roberts, who are now on the show. And I did some scene work with them. I did an original character, and I did some impersonations as well. Didn't hear back for a whole nother week, so I'm like, maybe they're just messing with me now. I don't know what's going on. And then I actually got a call back and said, yo, you got the part. And I was just thrilled, because I've been at it since I actually got in the game at 19 doing stand-up. I went to the British American Drama Academy in Oxford University.
Oxford.
Excuse me.
That's one of the most prestigious drama schools in the world. We have to point that out. You're not just a stand-up comic, which I mean, not just. You are not just a stand-up comic.
Yes.
You're everything.
Yes, and it was crazy too, because the whole experience was great, because it was like Shakespeare camp. That's how I see it. I mean, we were just studying, and it was very, very, very intensive. Like, we had to learn sonnets in like 2 hours.
What?
Like, we would go and have me, and they would say, okay, here's 3 sonnets, go study, come back after lunch.
No.
I'm like,
all right, so go ahead. Do
14 stanzas.
Go.
Come on, man. Put you on the spot.
let me think.
I gotta think about it.
Hold on, I was like 19. Hold on, man. Yo, that was a long time ago. I'm a little hazy. I got a couple of gray hairs up here.
We'll let you think about it. If you need to come back to it, you can come back to it.
You know what you should do for me?
What
Whilst
should
we're
I do?
here now,
Yes.
I need you to study Shannon's mannerisms.
Oh, my
and at the end of this interview, you're going to be him.
No, you don't want to
I like
do
that
that.
challenge.
Oh, gosh.
I'm gonna
This
do
is
that.
a
Yeah.
Challenge.
That's a challenge. Yeah, let's do that.
Well,
That's
speaking
fun.
of challenges, is it true that what you were telling about how you got the part, but I heard somewhere that you actually had to audition for 24 hours. Like, what is that? How did that happen?
So the audition process
I've never
was
heard of that
long.
before.
I exaggerate. It wasn't really 24, but we were there from like 8 in the morning until 1 o'clock the next day, like 1 a.m. It was that long of an audition. We had about 50 people come in to audition. They kept dwindling it down, so everybody was sweating because people were getting cut, and it was intense.
And so you had to keep doing stuff?
We had to keep, it was like last man standing. Like they interchanged us with different actors to see who, it was more like a chemistry test to see who had great chemistry with everybody and everything. So yeah, but it was just dwindling down. We were there all day. I think we had pizza at 8 o'clock, and that was only
That's all you need.
And I saved some breadcrumbs, put them in my pocket,
Right.
some breadsticks, and I'm over here like this, and everybody looking at me like, you gonna share? No.
I hope the budget has gotten better now. It's going to the second season too.
Yeah.
Okay.
The budget's really, really nice.
Now, you do a host of celebrity impersonations.
Yes.
Which celebrity is your favorite to impersonate and why?
My favorite celebrity to impersonate and why? I think I would have to say Eddie Murphy. I really would, because it's just so many ways you can go with Ed, because you could do Ed himself, you could do Ed in Coming to America.
I know about Mike Tyson. Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer of all time. Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer of all time. You don't know no Cassius. That's Cassius Clay. No. Muhammad Ali is the best boxer of all time. The man's called Clay, so I'm gonna call him Clay.
So Eddie, and then you could do Nutty Professor. You could do Norbit. It's just so many ways that you can go with Ed. So Ed is like my favorite one to do.
Right. Would you say that that's the one comedian that has inspired your journey as a comedian the most as well?
Actually, you know what? It's really quick. Jamie Foxx is the comedian that he was the first person to really make me laugh doing stand. Okay, so backstory. So you know how the comedians like Eddie Murphy and them, they said they would listen to their parents' records.
Yeah.
We had DVDs, so I would sneak.
What's a DVD?
I know some of these millennials like DVD.
He's just giving away his age. You were born in the 90s, right?
We know.
So I was sneaking my dad's DVD set, and I was a big fan of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the Jamie Foxx show. So when I saw Jamie Foxx on the DVD set, I think it was I Might Need Security. That was the stand-up special. And I said, oh, I thought it was, I'm like 6 years old, right? I'm not even supposed to be watching this. So I'm thinking, oh, it's just Jamie Foxx show on DVD.
Right.
I put that thing in. The first joke he said, I was hollering. I went to church saying all those jokes. I got in so much trouble. I got in so much trouble. I got in so much trouble. I didn't know what I was saying. I was 6. But it was funny, and just I've never seen a stand-up show like his, because he incorporates music and the piano. He brings a whole different element to the stand-up scene instead of just, and there's nothing wrong with standing up there and telling jokes and stories, but the way he did it just intrigued me. So Jamie Foxx actually is the guy that I look up to as far as stand-up, and he was the one that really inspired me.
Clearly, as far as music as well, because when you're not doing stand-up comedy and you're not acting, you're singing.
Yes, that's
Tell
y'all have
us
done
about
some
that.
homework.
Again,
So
what you're going to sing for us.
I have a dope producer named Mike Scott. He's actually my little brother, and we produce songs together. We have a couple of artists. I started a label. I songwrite. I sing a little bit. Rap a little bit, so So
give us a little something then. You can't just say it without giving us a taste.
Wait, you still haven't given us our sonnet. So now you owe us 8 bars of a song. You owe us a rap, a sonnet, and an impersonation of Shannon.
Wow, you're gonna be here all day.
Yeah.
We'll start with the music.
We start
Give
with
us some music. Yes.
Okay, let's see. Goodness gracious. Let's start with a sonnet, because I already got a sonnet in my head. Let's see. Let's see here. Midsummer Night's Dream. What is that? I'm gonna have to come back to that. Okay.
I was into it too.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought
I had to reel you in. I had to reel you in and really think that I was going somewhere with that. But see, that's the acting side, right? I had to reel you in. I had to reel you in. Yeah. Let me. I gotta go back in the vault and get these songs out. I gotta go back in the vault.
Okay, maybe we'll do it during the commercial. Put it on Instagram for everybody to see, and we'll have it. We'll have it there.
Wait a minute. I sense you trying to sneak out of doing my Shannon impersonation.
What do you mean?
Yes.
Huh? What do you mean, the Shannon impersonation?
I don't know if I like this.
I don't know if I like this. I just don't know. I mean, give it up for Shannon, guys. This is just an amazing.
My goodness.
This is great. Yeah.
I am crying.
On that
That's
note,
hilarious.
You can see him and all his impersonations on season 2 of 50 Central. It premieres on BET April 19th.
That's right.
Don't miss this funny guy and the cast of funny characters is along with him.
Don't miss it.
I'm just
It's
going
going
to
to be great. You have to watch it April 19th.
Is he still doing it? Wait a minute. Is he still? We'll be back. We're going to commercial break. Welcome back to Arise Entertainment 360.
Yes, we are back, and I've stopped laughing, thank goodness. Now, ladies, this one's for you. If you've ever wanted to be a fly on the wall in your man's man cave, then pay attention.
No, wait a minute. This show and this segment is for the men.
What?
Because,
This show is not for the men.
No, this segment of the show, and then his show, not our show, his show. Because our next guest is no stranger to bringing entertainment, politics, and social issues to the consciousness of his viewers. And this time, he's doing it on BET's new show, Mancave.
Yes.
Jed Johnson, welcome to the show.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, I feel quite excluded from this.
You
I'll be
should
honest.
not,
Why
because-
is it called
because
Mancave?
Shannon's
Why couldn't
wrong.
you call it?
Oh, see.
Thank you. Okay,
He's
but it's
wrong.
a
Called Man Cave.
He's wrong.
This is our sacred area.
So the sacredness is not just for us.
Okay.
The sacredness
I like
is
it.
for sisters to be flies on the wall into our
Okay.
sacredness.
So they can understand us and why we are the way we are. Is that
So,
more of
so
it?
they can listen, so they can understand, so they can experience, so they can engage.
Wonderful. Oh,
I guess you can watch the show, man.
You're canceled.
Don't tell my wife.
You
I don't want her to
see?
watch.
Yes.
I don't want her to
So
know.
Are you going to expose all of these manly secrets that we've always wanted to know?
You know what the goal is? When was the last time you saw black men having conversation on TV that wasn't about sports or politics?
I don't know if I have.
And that's the
Yeah.
point,
Right,
right?
right.
So
Yeah,
we weren't seeing ourselves. We weren't seeing ourselves in a complex way. And so this 30 minutes is about how can we be funny, inspiring, horrifying, terrible, brilliant, all at the same time, and really give both men and women an insight on the complexity of who we are as men.
And I love that you're doing it with a little help from other people. Tell us about the other cast.
Oh no, the cast is
on the
incredible.
show.
So Tank of R&B fame is a cast member. My man Cosign, who is a producer, has worked with everybody in the game, and then Slink, aka Black Jesus, is also a member of the cast. It's incredible. It was like putting together a really dope quartet. We weren't looking for who are a bunch of A-listers, because one, A-listers aren't always transparent, and the value of the Man Cave is not just authenticity, but how can we be transparent about the stuff that we're talking about. So I love the cast. It's incredible. If you've seen the show, I believe, we have a great time.
Yeah,
And the format's really different to other late night talk shows. Why?
Well, we didn't want to do a talk show. We wanted to do a talk series. And so there's no studio audience, because the moment an audience claps for somebody, then everybody's performing.
Right.
We didn't want performances, we wanted conversation. And so whether we're talking about the most mundane, silly thing, or whether we are dealing with confessions, or we're talking about, mistakes that we've made or things that we've gone through, the goal is how can we just be brothers in a conversation versus trying to perform for anybody. And that's really what makes it work, and that's what's great for our guests. So, I mean, you all know it in journalism, so often guests either want to come on or don't want to come on because folks are worried about, are y'all going to try to do the got you moment?
Right.
We don't do got you moments.
Yeah.
We create a space for you to feel comfortable to talk about what you want to talk about, and that's what works for our guests, and that's what makes Man Cave different.
And it's comfortable to watch. I felt like I want to be there on the couch. It was a
Yes.
great conversation, and I said, but it's sometimes scary because it seems like nothing is off limits to y'all.
Oh, zero.
Do the producers ever say, yeah, you can't go there, or maybe y'all shouldn't approach it that way? Like,
Do the producers say that?
Or anybody ever try to hold y'all back? Because it seems
They
like
try.
nothing's off limits.
They
Y'all
try.
go
They
there.
try, but they fail.
Right.
Every
But you can tell, number one of the things that's great about this is we were able to negotiate several TVMA rating opportunities.
Okay.
So it's no whole. The other night somebody was watching, they were tweeting, it's like, I didn't know you could say that on TV.
Curse words.
Like all the curse words.
Body parts.
But it was great. So whether it was Charlemagne coming on talking about body parts, or whether it was Fabulous talking about what he's dealing with, it's incredible. There is not a show that's ever been on TV like this before.
Wow.
Not at all. Yeah.
If you were to pick your ideal guest, your dream guest, who would that be and why? Past, present, future. It can be
Past,
anyone.
present, future.
Yeah.
Wow. Past, present, future. So living, I have to
dead.
go with Obama.
Yes,
Simply because I just think so many people want to see him in the Man Cave.
Yes.
He's already chill in the Oval Office.
Have you seen
in the
his
Man
new
Cave.
beard?
It's fake.
I mean,
It's fake.
It's fake. Oh.
That was fake. It looked great, but it was fake. No, it was fake. No, but I think so many people would just be interested in what he had to say as a regular brother versus as President of the United States. Past, I would love, so I don't want to get too serious. So past, I would probably say it would be incredible to have somebody like Malcolm.
Who could just talk not only about his life but his death and give incredible, like having Malcolm X on Mancave the week before Black Panther would be like the dopest TV in the history of TV.
Right. You would shut down TV, literally. I mean, it would just erupt.
Static.
That's phenomenal stuff. So what direction are you looking to take the Mancave in?
We want to. So a lot of people have talked about how they think the show is too short. They want to see it longer, which is great. Like that's a great problem to have.
A 2-hour show.
That's a great problem to have. We want to perfect it, and so we've got a lot of segments. So we got a segment called "On My Mama," which is
what
where.
What does that entail?
So where you say "On My Mama," I've never, and then if you've ever done it, you got to drink.
So like never have I ever?
Never have, yes, exactly. So we've got another segment called Confessions that's a little bit more serious where we dive deeper into things that we've gone through and things that we've experienced. We got Oh Hell No, where we go into the news and say, this can't believe this happened, but it actually did.
Yeah.
And so in, five episodes in, we're perfecting these segments and finding a way to bring the audience a lot of fun, but still go deep in the conversation as much as we can in 30 minutes on BET. And that is what the most fun about this show is. And what I'm loving is that we're hearing women saying, yo, I'm watching this with my husband. I had a brother hit me and was like, yo, you have no idea how much Mancave helped me. My wife didn't believe that this is how we really are, and now she does. And so the fly on the wall piece is as important to us as giving brothers a space to have their space.
And it probably acts as a great catalyst to give them an opportunity to speak with their other significant other so they can have these conversations that they otherwise would not know how to address with their wife or their girlfriend and stuff like that.
And while that's important, I mean, I think the most important thing is that black men so often don't talk. And so, like, we have boys and still won't be transparent. And it leads to issues of health issues, stress, anger, so on and so forth. And so we want to give an example of how can we be transparent with each other and give brothers the permission to say, listen, what actually makes me stronger is having a core group of brothers that I can be my true honest self with.
And be vulnerable in front of as well. That's real strength. So on the subject of real strength, because we all know that females are the strongest sex, would you ever let a woman in the man cave?
It depends which woman.
So
we've actually talked about it. Like there are brothers who women just love. And they're the kind of women who they wanted the guys. And so we're thinking about it.
I think we should.
It'll be great at some point, but we can't have sisters come into the man cave when we haven't yet solidified the power of the man cave for men. Because y'all got a lot of shows. There's a lot of shows for women. There's a lot of shows.
Give some space for the guys. And speaking of the guys, Steve Harvey's also an EP on the show. So how involved is he or was he in the making of the show?
I mean, to be honest, if it wasn't for Steve, I don't know if we'd have the show. Because I think Steve's gravitas was what really attracted BET in the beginning to be interested in the show. Steve might be the hardest working person in show business.
Well, he has like 30 jobs.
And so there are members of his production team that are a part of our team. So he knows what's going on, but by and large, Steve is really, giving this over to the team that we have on a daily basis, making it work. So we're gonna have him on the show at some point before the season is over.
That's gonna be hot.
And he had us on his show.
Just make sure he doesn't read the wrong thing.
See, there you
Terrible
go.
Terrible joke. But speaking of comedians and jokes, you are also an incredibly hardworking person in show business because you have a bajillion jobs, and one of them is appearing on Ricky Smiley's radio show.
I do.
What's
every
it like
Tuesday and
working
Thursday.
with him?
Fantastic. I mean, Ricky and I ran into each other one day. I was speaking somewhere, and all of a sudden, 15 minutes into the speech, Ricky's pulled up a chair, stage left, and is listening to my speech, taking notes. And when I got done with the speech, Ricky came back out on stage. I'm back in the dressing room. They're like, you got to go back out. Ricky's been talking about you for the last 10 minutes. And at that point, he said, man, I love your energy. I want you to come on my show. And the next week, he invited me on the show. That was 5 years ago. And so every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm in this madhouse known as the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, talking to his 8 million plus listeners about the 3 things you need to know. And he and Brad and Gary and the whole team have been incredible. It's a great opportunity to speak to 8 million people every Tuesday and Thursday about what's going on.
Well, and you definitely have stuff going on, because not only are you doing all that, I guess you don't have enough jobs, because you're also a managing principal at JJ. Is it JIJ?
JIJ.
JIJ Communications. What does the firm do?
So we do strategic communications. We do strategy, content development, message creation, Fortune 1, Fortune 5, municipalities, entertainers. So we help at the highest level people craft their message. We help them develop content for that message, and we help them disseminate that message in ways that increases their bottom line or increases social impact. So it's great when you've been able to be on air, but you recognize other people's messages are sometimes more important and more impactful than yours. And so I'm able to have greater impact helping the companies and the cities and the entertainers who I help do messaging than I am just trying to be the one. Because the work that we do, the work that I care about is how do we create impact in the communities we care about. And we do that by developing a sophisticated ecosystem of folks that create impact. And that's what my company allows me to do.
Wow,
That's
you're doing a
amazing.
great
Not
job.
just a pretty face, huh? Now, before you go, we have to flip the script on you. And
Flip it.
yes, we're going to do a Man Cave segment of Rara.
Let's do it.
Yes.
It's called, you might have heard of it, All In.
heard of it. Right.
Yes. One of my favorite
So this is where we give you two options, and you have to pick one of them to be all in.
I know all
you
in
know.
well.
I'm letting
I
them
love
know.
that we're explaining his
For the
own
people at home.
game to him.
For the people at home, because we stole it from his show, right? Okay, so we'll start off with, which one are you all in on? Fried chicken or baked chicken?
Fried chicken.
Hennessy or Ciroc?
Neither.
Oh, neither. Okay.
I'm not a Hennessy dude.
What
Give
are
me some
you?
scotch.
Sophisticated drink.
All
Well,
right
excuse
now.
me.
When I'm doing my boozy ratchet.
He's a gentleman.
Bougie Ratchet. Okay.
Okay,
This
so-
one I stole from his show. Beyonce or Rihanna?
That's difficult. Even I
Rihanna.
can't pick.
Oh.
So wait, tell me why.
Because I'm a freak.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
Okay. then.
You asked.
Right.
You asked all in.
And I'm sorry I asked. Okay, moving on. Coming to America or The Wiz?
Oh, that's so
Coming to
hard.
America.
But it's so classic. Both of them in their own right.
No.
Okay, well, since
I mean, you're
Valentine's...
trying to compare a musical to a comedic classic.
That's true.
Yeah, come
Okay,
on.
well, since this is a more balanced comparison, since Valentine's Day is right around the corner, Love Jones or Love and Basketball?
Love Jones.
Okay, I have one for you, and it's going to be quite difficult, I hope.
Okay.
Steve Harvey or Ricky Smiley?
That's a great question.
I know.
But they're on the same time, so I can listen to both.
Okay.
No, that's not how you play the game, and
It's
you know how to all in.
I choose Ricky Smiley because he pays me.
Oh, well, there you go. That's very smart.
And
Very
Steve's my
smart.
partner.
Incredibly smart answer, and I
Gosh,
love it.
I know. That was great. That was a great way to end this segment. Thank you so much.
I appreciate
And
y'all.
continued
Thank you.
success with everything you're doing. Make sure you tell everybody where they can catch Mancave.
Every Thursday, BT 10:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, and where can we find more about you and all the stuff you're doing? Because you have 20,000 jobs like Steve Harvey.
Jeff's Nation is me on social media, and jeffsnation.com is my website. But they can always go to bt.com/mancave to find more about the show. And if they haven't seen it yet, to begin to see some of the clips. It's fantastic.
Well, tell the rest of the Man Cave to come on in. They're welcome here anytime.
Absolutely. I don't know about Slink, man. He might take your show.
No, take over, right? All right, Jeff Johnson, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
joining us.
so much. We have a lot more still to come on Rise Entertainment 360. See you after the break.
Welcome back to Arise 360. Now, our next guest has been dubbed one of the 50 most fit men in the world. The world. Listen to you. And he's also carved out the physiques of people like Black Panther's Michael B. Jordan, John Boyega, and Lance Gross, just to name a few.
Oh my goodness, look at all those names you mentioned. And he is a hunk himself. He's also helping people accomplish their revenge body on Khloe Kardashian's new E-entertainment show. Celebrity trainer, body transformation specialist, and TV personality, Corey, welcome to Arise 360.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm great.
Okay, first of all, can you just give us a little bicep?
Give you a little
Oh,
bicep.
bicep.
I'm gonna bust my jacket. You know, that's
Yeah, don't rip it.
There's a hawk on us.
right.
Okay, so you got to tell us, what does it feel like to be one of the 50 most fit men in the world?
I mean, that's crazy because there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's so many people. And I think I was recognized. Somebody found me and said, you know what? He's one of the top 50. So I said, you know what? I am. Make me a name. You know. No, but it's a humbling experience. You know, I've been in the game for a very long time. I think I counted 18 years now, and it's been trial and error, and actually like going through the process of really understanding fitness and the whole mindset of it and being successful at it. So I mean, you know, that was a great honor, and I'm humbled to just even have that title.
What goes into being dubbed one of the 50 most fit men in the world? Because I want to understand how that's calculated.
I feel like it's more than just fitness, it's your work ethic. You know, I'm in fitness. Fitness is my life. It's everything that I do, and I have the same mindset of fitness because fitness is the only thing that you can control, your body.
Right.
But it's the hardest thing to control as well.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it for so long, and I've come from literally nothing, being like chubby when I was young, and then I was smaller before that, then had to go through the whole trial and error of actually getting into fitness, and the mental part of it was so hard. So I mean, I think it's more than just fitness and being fit, it's the whole mindset, it's the lifestyle.
Holistic aspect.
Exactly,
of things.
exactly.
I think it would be hard to wrap my mind around that title also, because then I'm like, okay, I can't eat anything. Somebody might see me. I have to stay fit. Like, is there a lot of pressure to stay that title or to stay
not
fit?
eat chocolates and cake.
No cakes, no cookies.
What's funny is it's like someone told me the other day, they said, you know, the whole world holds you accountable. So
Yes.
Yeah, we watch it.
like everybody, you know, I have to, if I want to cheat, I have to really be like watching myself to cheat.
Be eating in the closet like,
Right, you know.
That sounds awful.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. But I mean, you know, I have fun. I still live a life. And I teach people that, you know, fitness is a lifestyle. You know, those people that walk around that's super clean, eating all the time, I don't believe that, honestly. I'm a real person. And that's what I try to teach people every day. Live a happy and healthy life.
I like that.
You know, and that's the truth behind it.
So when you're not sneaking snacks in the closet, what is your favorite guilty pleasure to consume?
You know what? Growing up, I always liked the Big Mac.
Oh.
Honestly, I keep it simple. Like, I go to McDonald's, can I get a #1 with a large fry?
I was about to say, you have to have the fries.
You gotta
get a
have.
Big Mac.
You have to. That's it. I do. I'm simple. I love a Big Mac. Honestly, that's my cheat.
That's funny. Okay, well, let's talk about a guy who may not be eating Big Macs right now.
No.
Michael B. Jordan.
Definitely not, at least not tonight.
Right, because you are getting him, and you got him in tip-top shape when he was doing Creed. What was the process like in transforming his body?
I mean, I approach everything like an artist, and it's not like a person. I can't count on numbers, so I wouldn't be like, oh, you have to be this and be that. Ryan came to me and told me what he needed them to look like, and I created it, and it was like changing Mike's body because we actually started on Fantastic Four. If you notice on Fantastic Four, he grew a little bit.
Yeah,
So
he
I
had to wear that
right,
super suit.
I had to, it got to the point where they had to take the muscle suit out of the Fantastic Four suit, out of the Flame On suit, and it just was him. That's how big I got him. Then I had to take him down for Creed. So every movie, as you see, you're going to see his body change, and what you're going to see.
Just get bigger and bigger?
Sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it's smaller, but it always looks good. Yeah,
like, because in Black Panther, he's cut up too.
Yeah, he's bigger and cutter.
Yeah.
And then next movie, I'm going to really like shock the world.
For Creed 2?
Wow.
Creed 2. Yeah.
What, is he as cool to work out with as he seems on the big screen?
Yeah, he is. Mike's my best friend, so it's like we have that big brother, little brother type of camaraderie all the time, and it's fun, but he works hard. He really, really works hard, so it's not hard for me.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference. What's one of your celebrity clients who doesn't like to work a little hard? They need a little extra, help because they're always crying like, oh my gosh, it hurts.
He probably would be mad.
Name and shame.
When I was working with A$AP Rocky, it was it was kind of hard. Rap artists are very hard. They're not the best.
They don't wake up at 5 in the morning to work out.
I was more like a vampire. It was like in the middle of the night in the studio. I remember going to the studio one time, flew to LA to be with him, and I had to go to the studio. I saw snacks, chips, and fruit. I mean, not fruit. I'm sorry, I'm lying. No fruit.
No fruit.
And I had to put fruit in there. I said, get this stuff out of here. And it was crazy, but I'm like a big brother to all my clients. So
I would whine too if you took all my snacks out the studio.
Shannon's constantly eating in the newsroom. How can you help him?
And then I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to do carbs. And she's like, yeah, sure. Like,
and then he eats a big cake right in front of us. I mean, they're fully carbohydrates.
Yeah.
I mean, you always just got to go to the gym. If you do wrong, you got to pay for it. You got to pay for it. So just go work out.
All right, fair enough.
So back to the subject of celebrities and the shade.
Right. Yeah. The shade.
Who's your favorite celebrity client to work out with and why?
Of course, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
He
I
discovered
should have
me.
said asides from Michael B. Jordan because I knew you were going to say
I
that.
have to. I mean, he made me. It was his work. He helped me and I helped him. But John Boyega.
Okay.
John Boyega. John works really, really hard. Really hard. He's fun. He's down to earth. I mean, he's like a little bro to me. So I mean, he's a fun guy to be around.
And he's killing it in Star Wars, so congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, so what about this? Are you ever intimidated to work with some of these celebrities? Because there's a lot of pressure, it would seem like, to make sure that they're red carpet ready, to make sure they're ready for the big screen. And a lot of times it's like on this accelerated time frame. They're like, okay, I got it ready for the shoot tomorrow. Like, is that a lot of pressure to do that?
It's funny you say that. I ran into a trainer that told me, Corey, I couldn't do your job because it's too much pressure. I'm the one that you can call that can get you in shape in 21, 30 days.
Wow.
I know that. I mean, I have a history of bodybuilding and did that for a very long time. And what we do in a short amount of time, sometimes people can't do in years. So I'm like that go-to guy when you need, like, put me in, I'm going to get them straight. And they don't really intimidate me because I know we have a job to do and my name is on it, so I have to do it. And if I mess up, you know, it's, oh, Corey, they messed up. I don't need that. I have a pretty good record right now, so I'm going to keep it like that.
So we are going to go on a quick break, but I've got a lot of questions for you because I'm trying to get fit.
So don't go anywhere.
And you have to get me fit in 20 days or less.
I got you.
All right.
All right, we'll be right back with more Rise 360 and Corey.
Work out. Welcome back to Rise Entertainment 360. We are still here with celebrity trainer and TV personality Corey Calliet. So we were talking during the break about how to work out, because I don't know.
And you said a lot of people actually get it wrong, right?
A lot of people tend to go to the gym and they just do cardio because they don't understand machines. What I can tell you, and I'm going to help out all the trainers all over the world that's watching this, get a trainer to teach you, because the equipment that's being, you know, created now is very, very complex and it's hard to use, and you don't know. You think you're working your shoulders, but you're really working your back, and you get all confused. So, you know, hire an expert, somebody that knows, ask for help. Don't be afraid to say, can you show me this? I'll really pay attention to somebody that's doing it correct, or you feel, and, you know, just ask for help, because I don't want to see people in the gym that's doing it wrong and you end up injuring yourself, and that's the worst thing to happen, because then you're back at home not doing nothing.
Not doing nothing. And I see you helping a lot of people on your show Revenge Body with Khloe Kardashian. Talk to us a little bit more about that show and why it was important for you to do it.
Man, the show is great. I love it. I think it shows the realization of what you go through when you're trying to get in shape. You have people that are broken down, that's been through so much. And one of the biggest transformations in life is a physical transformation. You know, we get to see it, but it starts with the mental first. And that's if you pay attention to my episodes, I'm big on trying to change your mind first and then change your body, because if you don't change your mind first, your body won't do anything. I make people understand the importance of a clean mind, a ready mind, and a workful mind. You know, because if you don't have those things, you won't do anything. And the people on our show, you have to keep your job. You have to still be in your marriage. You're not going off to different shows where you just locked up in the house or something like that. You have to go through all the ups and downs and still have to try to get that discipline, and you have that foundation of fitness to actually change your life. And I mean, the show is doing amazing. The second season we're on right now, and I love it. I mean, I think I get to deal with everyday people, not just celebrities that have everything they want. And that's the biggest impact I like to make on people, to change their mind and their body second.
So you are famous, as you mentioned before, for getting people in shape in 30 days or less.
Right.
If you were to, without revealing too many of your own tricks, of course, if you were to give me, him, and the rest of our viewers, maybe 5 tips and tricks in order to do that, how can one accomplish that?
First of all, find something that you like to do, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's cycling, weight training, whatever you want to do. A healthy diet, learning a diet, and I'm not talking about where it's super strict, making healthy choices. We know what's right and what's wrong. Be consistent. Consistent is the main part. You have to be consistent what you're doing. If you're not consistent, it won't work. Also, having friends that's trying to help you, you know,
like accountability partners.
Yes, if you have to have that support, it's so hard to do it by yourself, you know, and make those sacrifices. You know, just making those great choices. That's the realization. That's the real part of fitness to be successful. You have to. It's like I said, it starts here, and just making those small changes. I guarantee you, you know, your life will be better, and you can get on that road to really get into fitness like you want to.
Oh wow!
So for those people that are trying to work out, they are trying to get in shape, they're trying to do things right, the right way. How often would you say we should be in the gym?
I mean, the average person.
Is a day? Is a day good enough?
Right. I mean, no, it's not. It's not. But I think about 3 days a week. That's the norm. That's the norm. It's not I 1 hour, 3 days a week. I mean,
1 hour.
That's not a long time.
She said what?
1 hour.
That's just 60 minutes. That's just a whole lot of seconds.
That's 59 minutes too much for me.
Come on now, you can do that. You can do that. I mean, 3 days a week. 3 days a week. You know, then step it up 3 to 5. But once you become addicted, sometimes you find yourself in there twice a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Yes, he knows.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Early in the morning and late at night.
That's. I mean, we woke up. Me and Michael woke up the other night, 2 o'clock in the morning. We went to the gym. When I get bored, especially when we traveling, I get bored. I just go to the gym.
Wow.
I don't go to cities and like be a tourist and go see things. I'm not like that.
Yeah. She said, I don't want to see nothing but a gym.
I do. I like going to the gym.
You know, I do pick a hotel based on the gym. Like when I'm trying to pick a hotel, I will pick it based on the better gym.
I've left the hotel before and was like, this is not enough. I got to go.
Wow.
I mean, it seems like you need a lot. What can you bench right now?
I mean, I'm not benching as much as
500 million.
7 people.
At once.
It's not. I was bigger than this when I was competing, but yeah, I was bigger than this, and I've come down a lot. But I mean, I can kind of make it work anywhere. But if I have the luxury to get a lot of things that I need, I'm gonna just go where.
Just for reference, this man's arm is the size of my whole body, just so you're all aware. But I do have to ask, Black Panther is premiering tonight. Of course, you're one of your best friends is the lead character, looking great because you made him look that way. What are your expectations for the movie?
I just want it to be a great movie. I did see it already.
All right. And is it great for you?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Every time I see it, you see something different. And I think Black Panther is something special, and I think everybody's going to like it.
Okay, real quick, you also have something special coming up. What's next for you?
I have my radio show on Dash Radio called It's a Lifestyle. Dash app, you can download it. I have going to be hopefully spin off of Revenge Body, hopefully, so I'll be getting my own show. I'm working on that, trying to have my own show. But if not, you're just going to see me around on different movie sets.
Can I be your first contestant, but please go easy on me.
I got you.
I beg you.
You have a half a pound to work with.
I got you. I got you.
She's already
Yes,
perfect.
but I'm
You look great. You look great.
I know,
You just got to keep that up. You just got to keep
I
that
don't
up.
have any stamina.
You do have it.
All
See,
right.
you already feel. You
All
told
right,
yourself.
y'all work on that, talk it out, and we're going to say thank you so much for
I'm out of
watching
breath just
Arise
talking.
Entertainment 360. We'll see you tomorrow. So can you help her? Because we thank you so much.
I can do that.
Yeah.
We can work on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna just change the narrative.
I can't like do push-ups.
You can. You did fine.